I think we can all agree how important having a good start in the morning is to getting your day going and just being productive as a whole. One of the biggest things in self-improvement is having that perfect morning routine. And initially, when I found out about that information, it was presented that you had to have the most outlandish morning routine. Your morning routine could consist of 6 to 7 different activities, and it could take you up to 3 hours to complete. And trying to go through that and trying to do 3 hours worth of work and then doing work, it's just something I realized that is not as efficient as I thought it initially was. And it's something that a lot of you watching are struggling with as well. You think you have to do this super complicated morning routine. You have to do these 10 different steps before you can even start doing your work. When in reality, you're much better off starting your work sooner than later. There are a few key takeaways that I will be sharing in this video that are going to help you become more productive and actually get the work you need completed. That's the whole point of the morning routine, is to set you up for the work you want to do, not being such a huge burden on your shoulders and kind of weighing you down and taking away from your work. That's the last thing you want your morning routine to be. One thing I've noticed from any successful person, guy or girl, is that they wake up early. I know you have one friend who says they wake up at like 10 a.m. and do all their essays the hour before they're due, which would probably be at like 10:30, 11 p.m. And cool, if 1% of the US population can operate on that timeline, congratulations. But for people like you and me, I'm telling you, waking up earlier will transform your life. It literally feels like you're buying back your time. You will have time to do your morning routine without feeling that it's cutting into your production time, or that time all of a sudden just goes by super fast in the morning. It's just so much better to wake up earlier. It's just so much better to wake up early and get your day started off right. Literally, waking up early is part of the morning routine, because if you do this routine past like 10 a.m., it's not going to be beneficial. You're going to be so far behind that your mind is going to be so worried throughout the remaining parts of the morning routine, and you won't do them as effectively and as efficiently as you should. And as a result, they won't have the effects of being a good morning routine on you, and it's something you're not going to be continuous with. That's another huge issue, is we like to jump from routine to routine, do this routine for a week, then this one for 2, and then go back to the other routine. You can't do that. You need to find a routine that works for you and that you can stick with. Otherwise, it's not your routine. It's not a routine. It's not going to do you any benefit whatsoever. So we have waking up early, and then the next thing that I would recommend you doing before you even go out to the restroom is stretch. Yes, stretch, especially for you tech bros and tech broettes. You cannot be expected to sit in a desk for 8 hours a day and get the proper movement your body needs. Your body needs to move. It needs to be contorted. It needs to make sure it feels revived, refreshed. Even me sitting down right now, I know I feel good because I stretched before this. Your stretching routine is completely up to you. You're going to notice that there's certain parts of your body that might feel more sore than others. You might get certain cramps in certain areas. Stretch those out. Do a 5 to 10 minute stretching routine every morning. Use a foam roller. Do yoga. You can do balancing exercises if that's what helps you the most. Just play around with it to construct the exact regimen that works best for you. And hey, you don't even have to follow the same steps or the same exercises each time. You can switch it up. Don't feel so restricted. Do what your body needs that day. That is perfect for you, and it's perfect because it will definitely be something you do in the morning, and it's something that will last for quite some time. And if you don't stretch, your body will break down over time. It will feel super tight and you're not going to be effective. So anybody watching this video that's saying, oh, stretching's a waste of time, I promise you it's not. It will definitely transform your body and make you feel a lot younger. The next thing that I would recommend anyone to put in their morning routine is to simply get some sort of sunlight or some exposure to outside. I believe there was a podcast about this, but I don't exactly remember where I heard it from. But simply just going outside, maybe letting your dogs out or taking your dogs for a quick walk, something that could be 5 to 10 minutes, just seeing sunlight and being outside, especially when you're behind a screen all day. It's amazing. I was looking over to my left because there's a window, but I've noticed in this particular camera angle, you can't see it. But in my other videos, you can see the window. Being exposed to sunlight, having the fresh air running through your nostrils, it just makes you feel alive, and it's a great way to energize yourself, and the sun giving you that vitamin D, it's good for you. Plus, if you want to have a nice walk before it gets too hot, that's great as well. Doesn't have to be super long. It could literally be around your backyard, up or down the street. Something to just get your juices flowing, your joints moving, your body going. Really, really good for you. The last thing I would recommend is to not be in a distracted work environment. This is like the step before you start doing your work. You have to go to an area where you are accustomed to working. Don't try to get your laptop out and go lie down on your couch in some weird angle and then just start typing away. Because before you know it, you're going to be opening up a new tab and you're going to be looking at clothes, or you're going to be scrolling through your email, stuff that's not productive. You have to choose a nice area where you know you can study and do the hard task. The hardest task of your day needs to be done first. Don't think that you have to do a smaller task to build up momentum. Your smaller task building up the momentum to do your hard work is the morning routine. So it's you getting up out of bed early, stretching, getting your body nice and agile, and then going for a quick walk or getting some exposure to the outdoors. That is the morning routine. That will get you the momentum you need to have the ability to get up, lock into your work, and just grind out for an hour or so. I wouldn't recommend working past that, especially if you're seated, because you probably will have lost focus and your work starts diminishing on its productivity, along with the fact that your body might not be able to take being seated for so long, and it could lead to bad posture, sore back, tailbone pain. There's a plethora of issues with sitting down for too long. So just keep that in mind. Implement this routine and you will see tremendous success in your overall productivity level. Something that I've been using for the last year or so, and it has completely transformed my productivity levels. I would love to hear your current morning routine as well. Drop a comment to let me know some things that you implement, and maybe I'll be able to implement them into mine. But I really do like the way mine is, and I hope this video helps you get productive.